about to start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. Tonight, we are taking your relationship questions as well as the questions from last week about child support and alimony. An example of the question we're doing tonight is, I told my ex-girlfriend that my ex looks better. How do I fix this? Shoot yourself in the head. So we're doing that. We're talking about our sponsor. And I also want to remind y'all to subscribe to our YouTube channel because very soon we're going to have some new stuff on our YouTube channel that's not actually going to be on the podcast. So the only place you can see these questions asked and answered is in our YouTube channel. So subscribe, No Conduct Radio on YouTube. How is everyone doing tonight?
Good.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone. God.
We get
Char,
drier every week. Everybody's always like, ugh. What is that about?
I don't know. That's why I bring the energy. Like, if I didn't bring the energy, it would be just like, hey, yeah, this is No Conduct Radio.
And how's everybody doing? I actually have a rant for you guys this week. I have a rant this week for our listeners and for our posts.
Please don't tell me. Well, first of all, before you start your rant, we have to find out. Did y'all get internet back?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And thank you. And they gave a nice credit. You know what they tried to tell me? I was on the line 2 hours. They were like, I said, our business lost $10,000 every single day that you guys have this internet off. That's for like 5 days. That's a lot of money. And they were like, well, generally we just give you a $3 credit, or, they just prorate it per day. And I said, okay, that's absolutely unacceptable. So I was going to cancel the service, and they agreed to give a $200 credit. So, yay, I was happy. But that wasn't my rant. But I'm happy. I feel like it was fair.
We just wanted to make sure that your relationship was still good because, I know it relies on YouTube. So that's what we're just checking on. Actually, that goes into my issue because it does have something to do with YouTube. It does have something to do with the relationship, and I kind of need the advice of the panel and the listeners. So that connects. We are here. Yeah. We are here to answer your questions. Not that we're nosy and we just want to find out the juicy details of your relationship. We're just here to answer your questions.
She don't listen to our advice anyway. But we give you something.
No, you guys. I promise I really do, and I really appreciate your advice. I honestly do. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Okay. Yeah. No, really, honestly. Hello, Logic.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyway. Okay. Here's the scenario. So Charles decided on YouTube. He's on YouTube, right? And he's been wanting to lose weight. We both have been wanting to start a weight loss journey because he claims it's my fault for being this amazing gourmet cook, and I claim it's his fault for taking me out to these gourmet restaurants. And the point is, we both have gained an incredible amount of weight. Okay, like in the last 16 months. Okay, that's the point. That's the scenario. Here's the problem. So we know he wants to lose weight. So he's on YouTube. Some guy said that he lost 200-something pounds, fasting for like 20 days or whatever. And he goes, oh, my gosh, you know what? That's it. That's my answer. So he gets on his video. He gets on the phone, does a video blog. Okay, this is going to be day one of my journey. So here's my question. He knows my son is coming out to visit in 2 weeks. I think it's almost a little bit, how do I put this? I'm not going to say selfish, but the 21 days I can get that. But now that he's gone past the second day, he's announcing to everybody in the office, oh, I'm on day 2 of just the water fast. I don't eat anything. I only drink water. And I think I'm going to go for 40 days. So at this point,
Hold up.
Yeah.
He will not lose weight for just drinking water for 40 days. It's not weight he's losing. He's losing muscle. He's losing all kinds of it's more than weight.
He's starving to death.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Exactly.
This is my argument. He's going to starve himself to death at the risk of what? And not only that, but I've already pushed my son's trip back because if my son came the normal time, he was supposed to come and out here and hang out with us.
Put it this way.
Then he's
Char,
going to be grouchy.
He's going to look
Go
like Mahatma Gandhi. He's going to look like that in 20 days.
Well, he has to go. He only wants to lose 25 pounds, but now he's announced to everybody, oh, yeah, this is my second day, and I'm not even getting hungry, so I'm going to go for 40. And I'm like, he's been watching YouTube like crazy. All these people that were like 400 pounds, he's nothing like that.
Yeah.
All these people lost 200 pounds. I'm like, okay, first of all,
I'm more shocked that a grown man went on YouTube and said, "Oh my God, this is what I want to do." Said, I'm losing X amount of time, and I'm going to go another 40 days. What do you think, everyone?
To his doctor,
but can we get past the second day? This is only the second day. Tomorrow, today's the third day. If you say the end of today, it's only the second day and a half. Why are we getting so like he's running with it? It's driving me crazy already.
So I guess your sex life really gonna go be dead because he don't have no kind of energy.
Well, I'm wondering about that too. Right, I'm thinking that's going to be affected. Exactly. But what about the grouchiness? When you're hungry, you're grouchy. Did you guys think of that? When you're hungry, you are pissed off. By day 7, he's probably going to want to kill me for no reason at all.
Well, I hope you got a lot of sex toys because you're going to need it.
Well, here's the other thing, DJ, and that's interesting. Well, go ahead, Kai. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
I was going to say, yes, he's going to be grouchy after a while. Right now he's feeling okay, but have you ever seen Naked and Afraid? Like, come day 3 or 4, they're going to start yelling at each other, and every little thing you do is going to piss him off. Well, what's going to happen is his body, and you can tell him this, what's going to happen is, he's going to lose weight at first because obviously his body is eating itself. But then the first time he puts something in his body is not going to know how to deal with it. Yep. He's going to think, the body's going to think that, hey, this is the last meal before I start starving again. So it's just going to store it. So what's going to happen is once he starts eating again, he's just going to gain weight all over again. So
that's kind of like what I told him, but he doesn't believe me because all these YouTubers have success. Okay, guys, here's the spin on the story. You guys know I drink like a fish, okay?
When I want to find success.
I know. So there's a spin to the story. So, I'll make this quick. So he bought me a bar. I've always wanted a bar. So he bought me a bar, as in liquor. He fully stocks the bar to surprise me. He just bought the bar like a week ago.
Wait a second.
Stocks the bar.
Wait a second.
Wait.
We're not just bumping over that. We're not just bumping over that.
In his off
time. There's a point to the bar.
In his off time, he bought a bar.
He bought a bar. Well, it was after all the internet, all that stuff. So anyway, he bought a bar. Here's my point. So he stocks the bar, and I mean stocks. It's probably like $1,000 of liquor. So here's my thing. So now my son's going to come out here and want to have, fun with us, do stuff we normally do. And he's going to be all like, oh, I don't drink. I don't eat. To me, that's being so annoying. You bought all this freaking liquor, and you won't even drink now, but yet you were just, totally buzzed every other day last week when we were all, having all these parties at our house because of all the bar stuff. So I just feel like it's going to change the whole lifestyle because you want to starve yourself. So that's my rant.
Oh, yeah, it's going to change your lifestyle. It's going to change. It's going to change your lifestyle. Believe me. How can he function if he's going to be the CEO of the company, how can he function mind-wise? You need protein for your brain thinking. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm thinking the same thing, BJ, but this is only day 3. So I don't know. I'm thinking, how are you going to focus? Because you get cloudy. You get mentally
cloudy. BJ, you're talking about a master of industry, okay? He's been killing it in the business world for at least 15 years.
Very funny logic, but it's true.
Whatever how many kids, and we all know that Houston is the place to be, and he flies back and forth whenever he gets ready. You mean tell me you don't think he can lose some weight and get this done in his off time, baby?
He might slip and break his hip in the 10th day of fasting. He was so brittle,
on that.
Well, should I feel guilty when I'm eating, though? Because, I can't. I tried to sneak and eat asparagus the other day in corn.
Why are you feel guilty?
Why?
I don't know.
He's doing it for religious reasons. He's not doing it because the doctor said to do it. He's doing it for vanity. So why?
A YouTube guy
right, that is vanity. That's fantastic. No, you know what? I opened some marshmallows the other day, and he literally went crazy. Oh, my God, Char. That marshmallow smells so amazing. Oh, my God, that's freaking amazing. Let me smell that again. Oh, my God.
What does a marshmallow smell like?
Hold on.
It smells like nothing.
Marshmallow.
What day is he on?
Oh, that was only day 1. This is day 3. That was day 1, the marshmallow day.
He's fiending. He's fiending. He's fiending for everything.
He's fiending over a marshmallow?
Yeah.
He's fiending over
a cashew was like a steak in his mind. I was eating cashews quietly, and he could hear me crunching. He's like, oh, my God. You would think it was a steak. I'm like,
he's like a crackhead on food. Crackhead. Damn.
You know, what's going to happen is he's going to start eating, he's going to start binging, and he's going to gain all the weight back, probably more.
Yep.
More than likely more. That's what's going to happen. You better talk to your man. I mean, no offense to you or him, but I have never heard, I mean, I guess it happens, but personally, I've never hung around, let me put it that way, people who would take advice from YouTube, unless it's like a recipe or something. But life advice from YouTube.
There's a lot of people on there too. There's hundreds of people.
I don't care.
There's a lot of
journey. That's what cults are made up of. A lot of people who follows one idiot, so a bunch of idiots who follow another idiot.
Well,
so
here's my
what
question:
does it mean to me? There's a lot of people.
Is the person an idiot? But is a person an idiot when they show you their before and after journey and how successful they are and how they teach you how to be healthy?
Are you serious?
Lose weight.
I mean, I don't know. I'm like, that's all we're looking at now. When we get home,
Char, let me tell you this.
Char, Khloe Kardashian has an ass workout video. Khloe Kardashian.
With the fake ass, I get it.
But what's her name? Buffy the Body. She says she got her ass by eating a bunch of what do you call it, biscuits, and then working out, and now she's a workout person. Like, she shows her workout videos and how she supposedly got her ass.
Eat a bunch of
What are you talking about? They can say whatever they want to say. There's a lot of commercials on TV that shows, hey, I was this fat before, and then as soon as I started drinking the Atkins diet, now I'm like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You don't actually go to people who work out. They pay them to gain weight, and then they pay them to do what they've been doing before, which is working out. So anybody can say anything. Unless I actually see you for 24 hours doing this journey, I'm not going to believe you. And I can't believe I have to explain this to somebody who's older than me. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think you better talk to your man, tell him to go to the physician or whatever.
No, I'm with you. I can't explain it to him. I'm totally agreeing with everything you guys said. He won't listen to me because they're all saying, hey, look at me. I've done it. I've lost 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's actually going to the office and like, this is what I'm doing, you guys. Like, that would be more distressing.
Like, he'll pass out. He's on a stairwell, pass out.
Because every day it's like, okay, this is day such and such, this is day such and such, and everyone's like, oh my God, you're amazing. But some of them were like, you're gonna die, and then he got past that, and then now they're like, oh wow, you're not getting hungry. Oh no, I'm not even getting hungry. He says I'm a Mandingo.
Have you ever heard of a dude?
That's what he literally said.
Doing that, like talking that kind of way?
Never.
Never.
He's a Mandingo, so he can go without food. He said, I'm a Mandingo. My body was designed to be able to
Mandingo? What got to do with going without food?
Look. Don't put Mandingos in his mouth because no Mandingo has gone without food. No, don't even try and act like that's an African
strength. The strength of an African, the natural DNA strength, like from our ancestors.
That's not the strength of an African. Let me put it that way. Don't even try that.
The strength of an African is not to starve. That's where their strength comes in at.
For real.
Wow.
You freaking go to these places in Africa where they're starving and tell them.
Hunters and gatherers only ate every other day. No, but hunters and gatherers ate every other day. And back, thousands of years ago, hunters and gatherers, they hunt for their food, they gather, then they eat every other day.
Char, they're not.
They only eat what they can, kill.
Magic.
You can take a flight and go see them. What are you talking about? Why are you talking about them like
Magic?
You're studying them.
I'm done. I'm already tired. Why are we engaging?
Hunter-gatherers.
Listen, I have a
good point of my rant, though?
I have a beef that I have to bring to the panel. I don't know if anybody's been noticing this trend, but I've been reading, a lot of articles lately, reading up on stuff. What is happening to the word the? THE. Like I don't know if you've been noticing this, but I'm reading things where they recount what happened, and they'll say something like, how you would normally say, like, so-and-so went out of the house and went to the police station, right?
The THA, right?
But instead of them saying they went to the police station, they'll just say so-and-so came out of the blah, 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 and went to police station. Like, they won't put the in there.
Wow.
Interesting.
I've been noticing that trend lately. Why is that happening? What's going on?
I don't know. I think maybe American English is kind of messing up and misunderstanding, like, for instance, British English, because Brits say, like, university. They don't say the college or something. They'll say university. I went to university. So I guess maybe some Americans have gotten it into their heads to say a noun, a proper noun without the in front of it. I don't know.
Mm.
So that's just out of nowhere that's starting to bleed over here.
It's
jarring to me.
Let's blame the millennials.
Let's blame the millennials.
Blame them for everything else, so might as well. I have no idea, but I haven't seen that. Like, I realize a lot of people down here now start saying university instead of the university or college. They say university, and a couple other words that they say in, like, European countries. But I haven't noticed that it's just become really prevalent that they leave out the word the. I don't know.
Mm.
So I couldn't
I didn't know.
No, that's starting to, like, annoy me.
Mm.
Well,
that's not.
Bad English annoys me on a whole, so I could dig it.
I'm just making sure I wasn't.
Okay, then.
Like, I didn't. There wasn't something that I was missing due to, whatever. Like, I've always known people to say he goes to the college down the street,
right.
Not he goes to college down the street. He went to the hospital, not he went to hospital. What?
It makes you short.
Why does he say it that way? What are you talking about? Hospital? No.
You've never heard somebody say he goes to college? Or he's going to college? The college?
Well, no. I mean, if they're saying like he goes to college in general, like, oh, just by the way, he goes to college and he works. That's one thing. But when somebody is like referencing where, like in a directional way, like, oh, he went down towards the college. You got people now online saying he went down towards college. Like, it's jarring to me. Or like you said, he goes to university without a the in front of it. It's just bothering me. Oh. He went to police station.
So everybody, those who are doing that, please stop. This is becoming a really heavy issue within our community, and we as Americans need to band together and get back the word the. Make America great again. I needed that background music.
Yes, you joking about it, but
I knew she was making it. She was like, "Oh my God, what's he?"
No, but you're joking about it, but just imagine.
But I know what you're talking about. I can hear it. I can hear what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like weird. It's just, to me, it throws me off of the rhythm of the conversation. Like, after he got robbed, he went to police station. That's crazy.
What? I'd be like, what? No, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. I'm like, you missed my word, buddy. Nah, that's crazy right there. I'd be like, I look at him like, what?
I'm laughing, but I understand because one of my pet peeves is bad English.
You would pause. Like, what?
No, that's what I was going to say. One of my pet peeves is horrible grammar, and I used to correct people in the middle of them talking. I'll correct you. And I had to learn to stop doing it because it annoys people when I correct them.
Oh, wow.
I don't do it anymore. I just correct you in my head now.
No, listen.
Yeah, I used to correct you while you were talking. I'd fix your English.
I have witnessed Kai.
That's crazy.
An internal battle when this one guy was talking. This was years ago. I still remember the look on her face. She was going through a whole trial in her mind about how this dude was talking. And when he got to this one word, he was describing something on a car, and he said, "Well, I looked at the mileage on the odometer, and blah blah blah." And I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying. One eye on her face blinked, and the other one stayed open. I was like, and I just tried to hurry up. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. All right,
the odor meter.
Talk to you later. Okay.
The odor meter?
The odor meter.
I cannot stand the horrible
she is a
grammar
Nazi.
Oh, she's a grammar Nazi. Oh, no.
Look, my daughter is the same way. She'll correct her friend's English. She's the same way. Look.
You pass it on to her daughter. You pass it down
English,
to your daughter.
That's all.
Oh, God.
I guess I did. I don't know. Because I correct hers. I correct hers. I correct hers because I figure, she's just learning English. She's only 10. She's just learning English. So I correct hers, and I think she took that from me and then correct her friends because she really hates bad English. And I'm gonna tell somebody's business right now. Her dad came to visit her, like I guess for the first time in like 3 years, and she's 10. And I guess she's speaking to him, and then he goes,
"Oh, no.
Man, you talk." He goes, "You talk good."
Oh, what? Oh. What?
Wow.
He didn't
she didn't want to say anything to him, but after he left, she was like, "You talk good." I said, "You talk
Wait a
good."
minute.
So that's
he
like
said it with a straight face. He wasn't trying to be funny.
He was saying that you talk good.
He couldn't think
like
of
after like you said, Logic, my one eye twitched. I started thinking like she's 10. How did you expect her to sound? Like what are you talking about? She's 10. And then apparently my daughter picked up on it because after he left, she was like, "You talk good." I said, "Baby, you talk good. Apparently, you talk good."
But you also have to understand.
I mean, obviously, we all know that the proper phrasing is "you talk right."
Right. You talk.
Did you just say English is difficult to learn for someone who was raised in the United States?
You speak very well. I think that's even better. You speak
very
well.
God.
It was a joke, Char. It was a
my
joke.
God.
Okay, well, anyway, listen. The English language is difficult, period. That's what a lot of... Do you know studies have shown... You guys are not even thinking of this. Studies have shown that foreigners have admitted... when they take English classes that English is one of the most difficult languages to learn. So why do you think our own people don't know
English?
Okay, but you're talking about... I can understand... Hold on. I could understand somebody that's not from this country and English is not their first language. I could definitely give you a pass. If you're from here and your first language is English, don't give me some crap about English is hard to learn.
Well, I mean, first of all, I think people need to get away from trying to really look at a certain thing like, look at the way Americans speak. You go to England, certain parts of London, they butcher the language just as bad as we do, but it's just in different ways because they have an English accent when they do it.
Right.
People don't really pull them apart, but like the Cockney accent, they don't pronounce the TH. They pronounce the TH like a V. So it's like, where's your brother? Like, that's wrong. That's the wrong way to
You be like, what?
And they live where the king comes from. So, no, everyone destroys the English language. Scots have their thing.
Yeah,
Irish have their thing. It depends on where you are. South Africa and Australia is a shit show when it comes to words that they use that aren't even real words. It's just everyone has their own regional dialect and slang when it comes to English. Americans have theirs. Other people have theirs. We're not the worst. Everyone else.
I hear that, but it's still, I still, it doesn't matter where you're from. I mean, I guess I can give Brits a pass if your accent is sexy enough. If it's not, then I can't give you a pass.
It's
only
you got to understand though. You got to understand something, Kai. It's only an accent because you're not from there. Everyone else that's from there, they're just talking like everyone else.
And most. If you ask people from other countries, they think the sexiest American accent is the Southern accent. And I think I hate. Sorry, Southerners. I love y'all. I hate your accent.
That's just straight
I can't.
Latin.
But listen, if you think about that, that makes sense because we look at certain things as a sexy accent. Like, say for instance, Sofia Vergara. Everybody likes the way she talks. But if you were to ask a person from Spain, what do they think of her, and how she speaks, even if she's speaking Spanish, they would look at it like, ugh, it's like some kind of backwater version of Spanish, because they don't speak the same Spanish as Spain. You know what I mean?
Right. It's
like a person from Spain will have a hard time understanding somebody from like Puerto Rico or something, because it's a whole different way that they speak it. You know, same thing with Arabic. It's the same way. A person from Egypt will have a hard time understanding someone from Lebanon, because they speak a whole different, you know, kind of slang of Arabic. That's why we have a hard time understanding, you know, somebody from Australia. Australia has a hard time understanding Americans, so on and so forth.
You got some Americans hard to understand Jamaicans. You be like, what? Yeah.
Jamaican.
They have. Oh, yeah.
Now
yes,
let me ask you a
English.
question. Now let me ask you a question. Are you just talking about Jamaican, the island, or you're talking about the entire Caribbean and just labeling it Jamaican?
Island.
Okay. I have to make
Caribbean
sure.
would be Caribbean. Sky.
Well, a lot of people say Jamaican for all Caribbeans, and that's it.
I mean, well, we all understand that y'all all are a part of Jamaica in some way, shape, or form. You know, we just try to remember.
Why do I bother
island.
I don't understand why I bother with
what part of Jamaica is St. Thomas in?
Up your ass, that's where it's in. What kind of evil ass?
No, I was drinking water at the same time, and he said that. I was like, oh, he want to spit it out. I was like, damn. I had to hold it in.
But seriously, I've had people ask me that. Where in Jamaica is St. Thomas? Or do you speak Jamaican? Or, you know, something about Jamaica. And I'm like, I've never been to that side of the world. What are you talking about? St. Thomas is completely separate. So I really have a hatred for when people say something. I say St. Thomas, they immediately say Jamaica. So that's why I had to make sure.
You have a hate boils up in your heart when you hear that.
Yes, it does. It's annoying. You hear it all your life. Logic, I'm pretty sure you have a hatred when people argue with you that. Logic, I'm pretty sure you have a hatred in your heart for when people argue with you that you're not black. There's no possible way that you can be black. You must be from the Dominican Republic.
Oh God.
Okay,
listen,
so see, it's the same thing.
I have been. What is it? Sicilian. I have been
Mexican.
Spanish. I've been Arabic.
Yeah. Spanish.
I have been Arabic. I've been Arabic.
I can speak Spanish.
I've been all kind of stuff. It's like
damn.
I'm just like you gotta have no.
I don't understand how you argue with somebody about their race. If they say this is what I have.
Like,
okay, cool.
They really try to make me Spanish and like Italian. That's the one I get the most.
Wow.
It's like no, I got a lot in my blood, but that is like statistically not. Those two are not one of them.
Yeah, well, you can't tell people that. Logic. But anyways, so real quick commercial. I want to tell you all about our sponsor just a little bit. So I know we answer a lot of relationship questions on here. We talk about sex once in a while because sex is an important part of every relationship. I mean, seriously, just ask Logic. After he tells his woman to make him a sandwich, he then gives her some good loving, to keep her around. Because, I mean, really, that's the only way to keep her around. Did I mention that she usually makes that sandwich in her lingerie from Wicked Temptations? So if you want to be like Logic's women, then go ahead and visit our website, www.noconduct.com, and click on the link on our homepage for Wicked Temptations, and you can actually get 20% off from now until Labor Day by clicking on that link on our homepage. That's Wicked Temptations. Go to www.noconduct.com to get the link for Wicked Temptations and get 20% off by clicking on that link. And you, too, can make your dude a sandwich in your lingerie.
And get your back blown out in style, in fashion.
That's all I'm saying.
I got heated.
All right, so you hear Char's quiet. She's probably going to Wicked Temptations website right now. Char,
right
don't
now,
forget to click on that link on our website so you can get a 20% off.
Make sure you give your man a hamburger because he's no energy.
Oh, my God. He's going to need that hamburger to be able to finish tonight.
He needs some protein.
Poor Char. Poor Char. Good
What you mean, poor Char? She's making a drink at the bar he just bought her.
Yeah, the boy, $1,000 for the liquor.
If you have a bar in your house, please.
Actually, no, I'm not at home. I'm at work. I just stay at the bar at work
and that means what?
If you think it's normal to have a bar at your house, please reach out to us, 484-840-3627. That's 484-840-3627. You can also now go to our website, noconduct.com, and just click on the discussion box on the bottom, and you can tell us if you think it's normal to have a bar in your house, or is that like 2 seconds away from being an alcoholic?
No, I want to take a minute to appreciate how Char is living a life.
Okay, is it normal to swim in the morning with your shot of tequila like I did this morning before work?
In the morning?
Hello?
Damn.
Yeah, I woke up this morning, got on my pool.
Tequila in the morning?
Yeah. I drink
coffee. Tea. We're in the coffee and tea.
Dude. Not in the coffee, just tequila. While I'm swimming in my pool on my back.
You really need to go to a meeting. Like, you really need some intervention.
I mean, I didn't say I had 10 shots. I just said I had a shot. I had a shot. I had a glass of wine after that.
After?
And then I came to work. Yeah,
whoever
I swam at 6:30 this morning.
She's only having that glass of wine to take the shakes off. Once the shaking stops, she goes to work.
Oh, my God. No, like,
what happened was...
making a joke, but really, oh, my God.
No, listen, what happened was, it's a small shot. What happened was I had a little bit left in my bottle, and I forgot that I had a little bit of tequila left. And then after I drank it, I was like, oh, I forgot I had wine. I could have just had that instead.
So then I had. Well, in the morning?
Yeah, I mean, but it's a great feeling to be swimming in the morning when the sun is coming up. Do you know how beautiful it is to be in your pool and the sun's coming up and you're just lying there with your drink and like, okay, this is a cool life.
Whoa.
And then you go to work.
No, I usually just swim. I usually just swim without the alcohol. I
thought you were waking up in the morning. You wake up in the morning in the pool?
That's what I just said.
That's different.
I woke up and got in my pool. I don't sleep in my pool.
So you woke up and
it
took a
doesn't
bath.
matter.
Okay.
I understand. You have a pool. Oh, okay, yeah, you got a pool.
What
I'm focused on is that you drank alcohol first thing in the morning.
Okay, well,
to take the
it doesn't bother me.
Baby?
No, seriously, I heard him joking, but seriously, I don't have anything like that. I don't have that kind of issue because it's not like that. I exaggerate how much I drink. I don't exaggerate how often, but I exaggerate how much I drink. I've never had the shake. I've never had anything like that. I don't get hangovers. No,
Shut up, Logic.
Don't I sound normal?
Denial is the first.
I mean, nothing like that.
About who you are.
It's not as like what it sounds like. I make it sound like on the show that I'm like always with the button. No, it's not. At least my suspense doesn't take it that way.
Why would you need to lie, Char? You've been a supermodel in New York City with a billboard in Times Square.
Leave the woman alone.
You've had a soldier of fortune running after you, trying to marry you, and then you have a master of industry that is showering you with gifts every day of the week. Why would you need to lie, Char?
Why are y'all so
You're living a dream.
Living a dream.
I am not going to justify that with a response, Sir Logic. Sir Logic a lot.
Does it make any sense to anyone else? I mean, listen, first of all, let's take a minute to appreciate. Her house is sounding like M's office from 007. Like she has a bar on the side. You know, she comes in casually, makes a drink, wakes up in the morning for some inexplicable reason, gets in a pool at dawn in the desert, and then has another drink. I mean, why would you need to lie about any of that? You are living the dream. You haven't had a conventional job in 15 years, and you're still making it.
In Vegas, baby.
Logic, you are super weird. I'm serious. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. You're super weird.
Is anyone
super
else
weird.
astounded by that? Listen, your life sounds like the shit. I don't understand why you need to lie about anything.
Char's the one. Hollywood story.
I mean, even on a woman level.
It's an true Hollywood story.
That she's been in love with for over 2 decades, and they've never had a chance to be together. She's dodged one abusive relationship after another and ended up on top with the cream of the crop. You're a walking Lifetime movie. Why would you need to lie about anything? Doesn't make sense.
If you're the movie producer, why don't you give me my
There you go.
Number?
There you go. I don't even need to hear anymore. Exactly. This is your life.
No, or you could buy the rights to my story. One or the other, because it's a true story. That's why it's called True Hollywood Story.
Music producers, you grew up on a Indian reservation. I mean, come on. You could write a memoir.
You guys, listen. I know it's hard to believe that my life has been this interesting and very. It has been very eventful and fabulous at times, of course. But it's my life. Just live your own and worry about what you're doing. So there you go.
Oh, she told you logic.
Told me what? I said her life is amazing. I don't understand what she's being upset about.
All the sarcasm is definitely accepted because I get it. It's hard to believe.
See, this is where you confuse me. This is where you confuse me because if somebody was to go up to Oprah and say your life is amazing and you're living in these mansions and you've done your thing, for her to then respond sarcasm, that's weird to me. That doesn't make any sense because that's exactly how she's living. So if you're saying this is how you're living, and I believe you, I do believe you, Char. So
no,
you're saying
you don't, but it
that
doesn't
you're
matter
living like
because
that.
you know
I
what?
think it's weird that you would need to lie about anything because your life, you're the kid with the golden arms. It doesn't make sense. Why would you need to lie about anything?
Okay, well, anyway, let me give you an example of how I'm used to hearing something like this. I told Charles this morning I had a relationship that broke up with me. Okay, no one's ever broke up with me before. This is my first person. Let's put this on record because no one's ever actually broke up with me. But no. But technically, we weren't even like really. We weren't. But listen, we were never really like committed or anything. We were just like seeing each other. But he stopped talking to me. I'll put it that way, because he thought that I made up some of these very true things that were proven because he couldn't imagine that I could have done so many amazing things. Like when I told him that I was the vice president of a record label in New York, and then vice president of another record label, blah, 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 and A&R. Yeah, it's true. And he's like, oh, there's no way. But you know what? My friends know it's true. People that know me and know who I really am, they know it's true because they've been along my journey with
Char,
me.
Now
and
who
so
has
I
the
could
last
care
laugh?
less when he walked away because he's the one that missed out because it's all true.
There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now who has the last laugh? That stupid bastard.
But the whole point is that if someone's life is that untouchable, you can't imagine it, it's because I feel like they haven't experienced enough. Because if they had, it wouldn't be a big deal to them. That's how I feel.
But
if anyone finds my life to be so out of reach, then go live your own.
Char, let's also be honest. Let's also be honest. It's lonely at the top for people like you too, right?
Whatever, logic.
No, seriously. Listen,
that is a serious question.
Listen, don't listen to them. They're being idiots. I'm saying this. Somebody that has been crushing it for 40 years, isn't it hard to find somebody that's on your level that's done as much as you? Isn't it hard?
Of course it is.
There you go. It's lonely at the top. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate it, and I find it amazing, personally.
BJ, why are you cracking up to Kingdom Come? He's just finding this so hilarious.
BJ, listen.
Yes.
You better be nice to her because she knows people in the industry. She can help you out. You're sitting here giggling, but you're missing up a whole opportunity for her to introduce you to people in New York. You're bugging. Stop it.
I'll stay in my lane. I'm good.
There you go. Respect it.
BJ's moving and shaking himself, so he's getting established in all of his own
He'll
content.
get there.
He has his own black book.
You know, when you're ready, she'll make some introductions for you if you play your cards right. Stop laughing. What's wrong with you? Take life seriously. Take it serious. Stop it.
I'll stay in my lane. I grind at a different level.
plebeian.
Okay, are we good now? Are we good? Can we go on to our questions?
I don't know. These two need Prozac today, but that's okay. I don't know.
I don't know. Listen,
they'll be all right.
All I'm saying is when people come up next to Char, they need to be ready to kiss the ring. I mean, you're killing it.
That's very funny. That is not even necessary. I'm just being honest. I don't lie about anything I've ever said about my lifestyle, my experience, my past, my relationship. It's all true, even though it's impossible to believe. It's all true. If anything, I should write a book and get that over with.
That would
I should just write a book, and it'll be a bestseller, and just get that out the way.
If you didn't just have that rich person's laugh when I said that. But you said, oh,
yeah, it's not really.
That laugh,
there you go.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, questions are waiting to be answered. So the first question is basically the title of our show. I told my new girlfriend that my ex looks better. How do I fix this?
Why?
So, Char, picture Charles telling you, hold on, Char, picture, oh my God, if you could, I forgot who I was talking to. If you possibly could, picture Charles telling you that his ex looks better than you. What would you do?
I don't think I would care because I feel like I have other qualities that were better than her. It's not all about looks.
So you wouldn't care that your dude told you that his ex-woman looks better than you?
No, because I feel like I have other qualities that would surpass her. It's because that's why it's with me. You know, so looks are not everything. So I mean, you can't. Everybody, it is what it is.
Very well adjusted from a woman's perspective.
I don't believe it for even one second.
I've seen her. You guys, I've seen her. Look, listen, I trolled her Facebook page
but
just so you all know.
You haven't seen her.
Well, okay, I see what you mean. Okay. All right, I got it. He's telling me this, and I'm blinding him.
That you were talking about, Logic? I think it's happening right now.
Remember you
go
ahead, Kai. I get what you're saying.
Right now.
Kai, I get what you're saying. I don't know what she looks like. He's just coming up with this and letting me know. Okay, I get it. So it's like a shock.
In general, if your man was just talking to you one day and said, you know what, now that I think about it, my ex looks better than you, how would you take that?
I mean, it's rude, but I still wouldn't be offended because, like I said, I just know there's other qualities that I have that she doesn't.
You wouldn't be offended?
I can't.
Nah.
No. I just think I think it's a little rude, but it wouldn't be like, oh my God, how dare you say that? I think that's rude and crass, and I think it's, and all of those things. But it's not enough to make me feel less about myself. I might feel less about him because of him. Because why would you share something like that? Who are you? Who do you think you are to even? It would make me really think twice about like why am I even with somebody who would be that shallow. If anything, that's probably what would be going through my mind. And then I would look at him like, well, dang, are you all that?
Yes.
Compared to my ex.
I should have started with you. I should have started with you.
Yeah, well.
So BJ. I think my energy just got sucked out of me. I can't.
BJ's not going to care. Well, you know what BJ's going to say. So what?
What am I going to say?
So what? If your ex tells you that her new. Yeah, go ahead. So what?
No, I'm telling you. Yeah. You talk for BJ. So what's BJ gonna say?
I just said it. If your ex said that her new man, your new lady, said that her ex looked better than you, I think you're going to say, so what? It's okay. I'm fine. Like you're good with yourself. You know how you look. You're very attractive.
I would say, I would say, how would you come with that conclusion and why? That's all it said. I wouldn't have said, so what? Thank you, Char, for answering for me.
How did you come to that conclusion? It doesn't matter why she came to it. It is the conclusion. There is no why. It's a fact.
Wait.
That's in her mind. It's a fact.
If I'm asking a question to my lady, it does matter.
No, but not really, because if she wanted to explain all that, she wouldn't have said it.
She's not going to say that statement to me, and I was like, oh, well, pass the gravy. What? Really? Come on. No.
So you would be offended, in other words.
That's not offended. No, you want to know why. It's not offended. How's that offended? I mean, I say, well, I could curse at it, but no. I say, well, excuse me. Could you tell me why did you come to that conclusion and why? That's all. So how am I offended? How's that offended?
What kind of answer is justifiable as to why? I mean, how do we
I don't know. Whatever
that
she
anyway?
say. I mean, I don't know. We're not together. That was just hypothetically, Char.
I know it's hypothetical, BJ.
So you asked me what kind of answer was justify me, satisfy me? Is I don't know. It's just whatever she said. And I'm like, it won't matter. That's what I'm curious. Because I'm a man.
Would you break up with her over that?
Break up? No. Why would I break up?
You wouldn't break up over a comment that my ex looks better than you?
No. Break up for him. I'm going to back out. She's with me. Well, what? She left him, so obviously I wouldn't break up with her. No, I ain't that shallow. I ain't like that.
Logic, what would you do?
Interesting question.
I'm not going to be with somebody that thinks their ex looks better than me or is better than me. You're not going to be burning a candle for somebody you used to smash. And you're essentially what you're doing is slumming with me, basically, if that's how you feel. So after she said that, I'll tell her, all right, well, listen, get your shoes on and get your cell phone and, call him, see if you can work.
Logic, why are you always putting somebody out? We just talked about this last week.
I don't have any time to waste on a person that's not up to snuff. So if, in this aspect, if it's something that she's looking at her ex like, oh, he was better, and go be with him. I'm not going to take this guy's leftovers or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be with you because he doesn't want to be with you, so you're with me.
But aren't you taking this way out of context when she was just making a general blanket statement? She probably didn't have any communication with the man, probably doesn't want the man back, just had a general thought.
It doesn't matter. You're sitting there comparing me against your ex, and you obviously think he's better than me. Not that it's going to bring me down, but like he said, why am I going to be with someone? What are you talking?
No, we're only talking about looks. We're not talking about better person. The woman just said that he just looks better.
It doesn't matter what way. Like no one. I don't feel anyone should be in a relationship with somebody who feels that the predecessor was better. Whether it comes to sexual prowess, physical looks, money, status, or whatever. Like, you should not be with somebody that person feels this other person was way better. You know what I mean? You shouldn't do that. No woman should be with a man that says, my ex-wife or my ex-girl, she was way better than you. She had a way better body than you. But, I love you. I love you. And we're good, and you got all these other qualities. But, no, it shouldn't be that. Now, if it's a matter-of-fact thing, like if a girl was like, did your ex have bigger boobs or whatever? And he just says, well, yeah, she did, but, who cares about that? Because you're so much better. That doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like, if a woman, say if a woman, obviously, a woman will want a guy that can take care of her. So money was the issue. But let's say she was with a guy that was rich, but he was a dick. You know what I mean? And he was wrong for her in all these other ways. And she got with another guy that didn't have as much money, but he was so much better than her last dude. So if he asked her, did he have a lot more money than me? If she says, well, yeah, he did, but you're way better than him, so I don't care about that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't compare to you and everything else that I get when I'm with you. That's the kind of relationship you should be in. I'm not saying that every time you're going to trump the predecessor, because it's not going to always happen that way, but you should be with somebody who clearly thinks you're better. You understand?
So Logic, that's a good point, but BJ, now I'm concerned because you just casually just stayed in the relationship. Yes, it's hypothetical, but you just casually stayed in, your only question was, well, why? Why'd you come to that conclusion? I mean, you were just so casual about it. That wouldn't bother you just a little bit more than that?
No, because I'll be doing my own thing. No, I don't. No, don't bother me. Trust me. I am not that kind of guy. Believe me.
How are you doing your own thing? You're still in the relationship. You didn't break up with her.
Hey, that's not. I mean, I don't get bent out of shape and stuff like that. I don't. I just don't. Like, that's me. I don't get bent out of shape with that kind of, comment. But I know me.
Call me.
I wouldn't be.
I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's really bent out of shape because you're just throwing out the trash. But if you start breaking dishes and I can't believe it, and start crying and all, then yeah, that's bent out of shape.
Oh, well,
but just saying, hey, I'm not dealing with this. I understand whatever. So you go get that dude. I'll be here. Whatever. That's not getting bent out of shape.
Well, Kai, what would you do? Oh, you already said you would leave, right?
I'm doing what Logic said. I'm leaving you. Okay, well, I guess she looks better than me, so have at it. I don't know what to tell you. It's not gonna bring down how I feel about myself.
Right. Well, that's what I said.
But I'm not gonna stay with someone who thinks their ex looks better. And how do I know why you broke up with her? That means, if she comes back around, you may get back with her because you enjoy her looks over mine,
physical
apparently.
attraction. Yeah.
But I'm not keeping that bullshit in my relationship. No. So, anyways, next question. Hold on. Okay. I give this one to Logic. My boyfriend thinks he's the father of the baby I'm pregnant with. Should I tell him he's not?
Scumbag. Yeah, you should. You Jezebel. Let him know what kind of he is. If he decides that he wants to stay with whatever you are, then let him make that decision. But don't be manipulative and hide this kind of thing from him. And also, don't destroy your child and have that kid thinking that that's his father, and then something happens in the future where they find out that they're not even linked. That happened to this girl online. She was this whole craze with the DNA, finding out who you are, which, just to let people know the hustle, that only follows the matriarchal lines of your bloodline. So it only tells you what your mother is, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandmother. It doesn't follow any of the men in your life. Any of the men in your bloodline. Those genetic things really don't tell you who you are. So that's a waste of money. Stop wasting your money on that. But this woman did the test. Her father is Italian. Nothing Italian showed up.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that didn't mean anything to me because I know it doesn't follow your father anyway. But she approached her mother about that, and her mother was like, he might not be your father. And then the father told her, there was something around the time you were born, your mother did something and blah, 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 but you'll always be my daughter. And she's crushed because now she doesn't know who her father is and doesn't know who she is. So whoever you are, you let your kid, let him know that that's not his kid and go on from there.
What about you, Char? As a woman, would you tell say you cheated on Charles and somehow got pregnant, and it's not his baby, would you tell Charles knowing that you're going to get rid of this entire relationship that you've built? Or would you let him think? And come on, serious answer here. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Would you let him think that this is his kid?
No, absolutely not. He's gone through that 3, possibly 4 times, and he's thinking about getting DNA tests on all of them. There's no way I would devastate him yet again with what he just went through with other babies' mamas in the past. No, that's terrible. Yeah, and he was married too. It just happened to be his wife that was one. The other 2 were not. It was before that.
Wait. 1, 4 different times lied to him about his kid?
This twice by the same wife, and 2 other times way before that. The people didn't tell him until the kids grew up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I knew you had money and you had this and that. And you were hot.
Wow.
You were this, you were that. And by the way, that's not your child." And so he's like, Char, I really need to get them all DNA tested, even the ones that I believe should be mine through my marriage. Because, it's I'm like, oh, my God, this is terrible. That's why we watch all these paternity test shows on YouTube, because it's been eating him away. And so that's why I know I wouldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't be another jerk. What was that, BJ?
No, I'm listening to what you're saying. How in the world?
It's terrible.
3 or 4 times? It happened 3 times, you said?
twice the same person who was the wife. Okay, married for a long time together, but didn't say anything till they grew up. Till the kids literally grew up. They were still married. Do you see what I'm saying? So who does that? And then two other times just within the last year, that child turned whatever age, 19, 20, whatever. The mom's like, oh, by the way. And the other one has the kid's names tattooed to the real baby's father on his neck. So there's a man walking around with the kids but he didn't know. The kids even saw it. He didn't know because she didn't say anything. See, I hate to say this, but a lot of women are scandalous. That's why I couldn't do that.
When his kids was born, he didn't get a blood test at that time because when my kids was born, I had to get a blood test. All that.
They were married, BJ. If you're married and you think you're in love,
I was married.
You don't know the woman is, but you don't know the person is scamming you. She's acting like everything's cool. Do you see what I mean? You don't know. She didn't say anything until they grew up, just on purpose. That was her whole plan, was to trap him. You see what I mean? And then, just the lifestyle, everything.
Okay, so
why would she say anything in her mind?
And then the second one trapped him too, so he didn't learn from. Okay, nothing.
But you saying he had no idea? That's how good she was. She didn't say anything. All you got to do, women do this all the time. That's why I could never do that. After seeing, not even just seeing what he went through, but I just see other people that do that and the hurt it causes that child when they grow up. It's selfish, just unexplainable, unacceptable, unhuman thing that you can do to another human being. It's wrong as ever. I just think it's horrible. I hate seeing that. There's no way I could do that. He's already still hurt. He still doesn't know. He still has to get paternity tests. It's too much. So no. Shame on anyone who's doing that right now, too. If anybody could hear me out there, shame on you. Darn well that's not that man's baby.
So the listener who asked this question, you need to man up, woman up, whatever you want to call it, and you need to tell your dude that this ain't his kid. You never know. You may be surprised. He may love you enough to realize it was a mistake or whatever bullshit, and stay with you and raise the kid as his own. You never know. But if he doesn't, then you need to swallow that just like you should have swallowed something else and, live your life. So, okay, here's a question. So I think, BJ, you answered this before, and I think Char is going to say that she's never been cheated on. So we'll go to Logic. Logic, how did you figure out that you were being cheated on? Logic?
He went to go film a movie. He's on a movie set. He went to go.
I thought he was cooking.
Is he burning the house down?
What are you doing, making curry chicken? Logic, come back. I never said I wasn't cheated on. I never said that. I said my ex-husband cheated on me lots of times. I did say that. It was an abusive relationship.
Okay, well then while Logic is off, finding out that his girl is cheating on him while she's cooking in her lingerie by Wicked Temptations, can you tell us how you found out you were being cheated on?
Exactly. One time I was at the grocery store and the lady at the checkout counter just kept staring at me while she was rolling my items across, whatever, and she just kept giving me this really hurt look. And then we left the store. This is my ex-husband. When we left the store, he told me. He goes, "Oh yeah, she was looking at you like that because I slept with her." And then I found out.
Hold on, wait. So hold on. He left the store. And he, as a man, told you he slept with the person behind the counter.
The checkout girl. Yeah.
Why would he tell you that? I wouldn't even do that. Why would he tell you that?
I don't know.
What guy would do that? That's straight argument. Throw your clothes out, whatever. Burn your clothes, whatever. Why would he do that?
Right. BJ, not that this is an excuse, but he was just 21 at the time. I was just 18, maybe turning 19. We were young and stupid or whatever. But then he said something like, "Don't worry." Go ahead.
Did you stay with him? Did you stay with him? I mean, to cut you off, did you stay with him after he told you that?
This was my husband. I loved him. We had a child together, and I did not want to leave him. I just didn't want to leave. I was dumb. I was only 19.
Okay, I got that. Well, we know that part, the other part.
You learn through life.
We know the dumb part. We know the dumb part.
But he said, he said, "You were their call."
He
said, "But you know what? No, I'll never leave you. Don't worry." He told the girl, "I'm never leaving my wife because that's my that's my boo or whatever. I'm never going to leave her. I don't care what, like, I'll never leave her. She's my number one. I'm sitting here like, how is it possible if I'm the number one if you have a number two? Like, it's just stupid. But I stayed. Yeah. I did. He told me, though. He was open and honest about it. Oh, that helped, but very blatant about it.
He was 27 years old. Most guys are not that honest at that age. Even now, these age, they're not honest like that. What?
Hey, DJ said he was 21. He was 21, maybe even 22 at the oldest. But I was like 18, not quite 19. So, we were both very young.
And you're supposed to be the mature one.
Who? Me? Oh, because
How is she supposed to be the mature one?
Well, you say that, girls mature more, whatever,
Because women are more mature.
I hate that. Just because I'm supposed to mature faster than you doesn't mean I'm supposed to be the mature one. We're supposed to be on the same level.
We're established. Char was that mature. Okay, we established that.
So let's check up on Logic now. Logic, are you done burning the house down?
Yes, ma'am.
How did the great chicken come out? No, you're probably making something different tonight, right?
The question was, how did you figure out that you were being cheated on?
I'm a very attentive person when it comes to very subtle things, subtleties. So if we have an established type of way that we have, that our rapport goes in, the way certain ways that we talk, or I learn how you sound or what you do. When you start to stray from that, and there's no explanation, and if I begin to lightly probe, I notice you get very evasive or defensive, then that's usually something stinks. And I'm the type of person, I'll just let you hang yourself, and I eventually find out. Women aren't as slick as people try to act like. You always hear people say, "Oh, if a woman wanted to cheat on you, there'd be no way that you could." You could if you pay attention, but that's how I usually find out.
So just pay attention to the changes in them?
Yeah, like one thing that is typical is women, when they're really into a guy, the thing that they're going to want from him a lot is time. So if a girl...
That's true.
Yeah, if a girl will call you or want to be around you, whatever her flow is, whatever her amount is, that will be consistent until something changes that. And once you start noticing any kind of drop-off, I don't care how subtle it is, you have to pay attention to that, because when women start doing that, that's not a good sign. And those are things that I notice. I take, and I don't have one bar or one thing, because every woman is different. So I get to know how that woman is, what she does, what her behaviors and habits are. And if she starts to stray from that, like I said, for no tangible reason, if there's stress at work, or if there's a death in the family, or if there's something like that, that'll change people for whatever.
Right.
But if it's just out of the blue, especially if there's been some kind of protest in some way, like let's say she wants to hang with you more than the time that you have to offer, and then all of a sudden her actions start changing, then typically, it's probably somebody else in the picture, or somebody that...
What if you can't prove it, though? What if you're only going by your instinct? What if it's not true? What if it's just something else and it's not that?
It's never not been true all the years that I've ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To her question, what if? What if you were completely wrong?
I don't take major action unless I know. You know what I mean? I've had, in all my time, I've had 3 that did some, sneaky stuff. So, all 3 of those did the same kind of thing. But even when I had a suspicion, I didn't immediately just, start dropping bombs like, all right, well, this, that way. I'm not that kind of person.
So again, I'll let you hang yourself. You know, that's the way I operate. I don't just go off the handle when I have a suspicion.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so here's a question. This is for everyone. I sent a text to my ex breaking up with them. It's been over a week with no response. Why do you think that is?
Because you didn't call him, man. You didn't call him.
What the hell? Were they supposed to respond? Were they supposed to respond and say, oh, okay, well, thank you for letting me know?
A text message? That's so lame. Cowardly text message. I wouldn't answer.
I mean, seriously. Char, if someone texts you and broke up with you, would you answer?
No, I would purposely ignore them so they wonder what I'm thinking, because that would hurt more on their end. It would be kind of like a game, you know?
No.
Oh, you better than me, because I just immediately blocked their number. Screw that.
I don't block it, but they would.
But actually, you block their number. That's like basically you answering them really. If you block them, they know you. They try to call you.
Well, what am I gonna do? I'm not keeping a number in my phone anymore, and I don't ever want them to message me. So I'm blocking their number.
Eventually, if you don't answer the text, they're eventually gonna call you or whatever. Hopefully they call you.
You can delete the contact, but I'm the type of person. I don't block you. I let you call.
Right.
And I want you to know that I saw your call. I'm just not calling you back. I don't want you to call me and then it goes straight to voicemail. So then you're like, oh, well, I got blocked. And because now you have a solace of saying, well, he never saw my call. No, I want you to know I saw it. I just don't feel that you're calling back.
A text message.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I could dig it. I could dig it. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
but there's another side to it, because I think some of us will still be tempted to text. So maybe I would text and say something like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your text. I'm with my new guy."
I'm with Char. I'm with Char. I have a really, really bad temper, as you all know, and I would be tempted to text and like cuss them out or something. It would really tempt me for real.
But cussing somebody out in the text is not the same thing as cussing them out on the phone or face to face. It don't have the same effect.
I mean, either way, if I still have their number, and I tend to remember the numbers of the people that I'm dealing with, so me deleting it isn't going to help me. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's like saying would you like to get fired on a text message saying you're fired, or face to face to the boss saying you're fired? What would you like better?
You said fired?
Yeah.
Okay, text.
Okay, text, right? Now
you want to get fired over text?
You get fired over text, right?
So much
that's crazy
for anyone that fires me over the email or text.
That's crazy.
I would lose so much respect for them.
You see?
For email. People definitely get fired over email.
Wow.
I got fired. Well, I don't want to say fired. Somebody canceled their contract with me. They let me finish everything I was doing for their business. Then the owner, even though the owner is a very vocal person and claims to not fear anyone, the owner gave the secretary a letter for me to give me at the end of the day, and the owner made sure they weren't in the building when they gave me the letter to say that my services were no longer required.
That's a wuss. That's a wuss. You know,
and I immediately started cussing up and down that whole office. I couldn't help it. I was like, this mother, is he such a bitch that he's not doing this to my face? Oh, mother. I was so mad. But if he had come to me like a man and said, hey, X, Y, Z is why we want to cancel our contract, I'd have been like, okay, I understand. But yes, going through all those channels and not doing it to my face, I lose my mind.
See, that's just like with the breakup. So, There you go.
Yeah, but
so that's what I'm saying. If I didn't get him out of my phone and possibly block the number and find some way for me not to call him, then yes, I'm probably going to lose it and just be like, mother. I can see it.
But Kai, wouldn't it be more fun to say something really sarcastic and then get the last word and block him so he can't actually say anything back?
That's not the last word. That's not the last word.
About last words. I don't care about last words.
I hate that.
That's not my personality.
Oh, that's a female thing.
My personality is anger, fight, and then leave. That's my personality. I don't care about last words.
What about anger? Just leave. Cut out the middle part. Cut the middle part out.
That's my personality. No, when I get angry, if I can't fight, I start crying because that pent up aggression.
What are you crying for?
I can't do anything with it, so I just start crying because I'm mad that I can't punch you in your face.
And you crying because of that?
What? Yes, because I want to hit you. So I start crying because I can't.
Kai, we're talking about a text message. We're not talking in face to face. I'm saying if you're
I was answering BJ.
I just asked you, would you get the last word as in the text message? Would you just say something back sarcastically when you said I'm breaking up with you?
I answered that like 2 years ago. I already answered that.
No, I said, wouldn't this be a better? What?
I said no because I don't care about the last word.
Wow. Okay. But you have to.
It doesn't matter what you add on to that, even if this or even if that. No, unless you're paying me $1 million to have the last word. No, I don't care about the last word.
In a relationship, if somebody broke up with you, you're not going to say anything back?
She reminds me of my daughter so much. I'm really trying to get this out of my daughter.
She's doing it now.
I'm really trying to get this out of my daughter. Just today I had a meeting with her.
She's the last word now.
I don't believe her, BJ. I feel like if somebody said, okay, they're like, oh, I broke up with you.
How don't you believe me about me telling you about my own personality?
Is it the true Kai talking? Is it true Kai? Is it true?
Okay, everybody stop. Everybody shush, 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 hush. Logic. You've known me for a number of years. Is it in my personality to give up about the last word?
No. It's really hard to get you to care about anything, honestly.
Thanks for that, Logic. Thanks a lot. That's good to know.
Logic.
All right.
Logic. That with all her anger, she would not want to get the reply to the text message and then block the person so they can't say anything back to her.
I'm telling you, it's really difficult to get her to care about anything. So if she's already written the person off, no, she's just going to not care.
How does she write them off with her? That's what we're talking about.
I don't know. It's probably, I don't know. Just
you want to ask my ex-husband, Char? Because I wrote him off while he was still in the house. I mean, you could ask him.
Yeah, but this is where you don't see it coming. Is what the caller was the listener was asking. You know, what do you do if you get a text from your ex and he broke up with you?
More than likely, what I would do, I don't care about the last word. So even if I said something like, "Oh, you son of a bitch," blah 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 blah, and then he texts me back something crazy, I'm not gonna sit there continuously texting him just so I can get the last word and then block him and be like, "Ha ha, I got the last word." That's not what's on my mind at the moment. My mind is saying, you're such a bitch that you couldn't come to me and tell me this face to face. That's what I would be angry at, not trying to get the last word. I don't care about that. And if I want to be like what Logic says, which is like, you know, not say anything back, but then, you know, they call me and I let them know that I know that they called, then I would call one of my friends to vent my anger to them so then I don't call said ex. I would call my friend and be like, do you know what this, blah, 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 and get my anger out that way because I have to get my anger out some way. And I'm currently grown, so I can't really go outside and punch somebody in the face. So I will call a friend of mine and I will be like, you know, blah, 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 and get it out that way. But to answer your question for the last 10 minutes, I don't care about the last word. Good God.
Somehow, okay.
Okay, next question. Now that we got that out of the way. How do you confront someone if you find out that they cheated on you? BJ, I'll let you take that one.
How do you confront someone?
Yeah, how do you confront someone when you found out that they cheated on you?
Well, first of all, in my case, well, not in my case, you can't go on emotion like you want to kill first. You gotta want to know why and all that kind of stuff. Ask why, where, and how did you come about it? How did it happen? You know, did you just fall into it, or it just happened that you just cheated, or whatever, or is it it's something I did, or it's something, whatever. You know, just try to figure out what happened as far as they cheated. So you know, that's yeah. So I can say it that way. If not, yeah.
I'll tell my story last. Okay, Char, how would you confront someone if you find out they cheated on you?
Oh gosh, I don't even know if I would even want to. I just wouldn't even want to talk to them, look at them, see them. I just probably would just disappear and just be out, like peace out. Yeah, I don't even think there's nothing to talk about. I'm too old to be even caring about stuff like that anymore. When I was younger, I probably would have, I don't know, ranted, got upset. But I'm not going to get upset with the girl, though, so I probably would approach the guy, I guess. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. The only time I had to deal with that was
why would you get upset with the girl?
Anyway. No, I said I would not be upset with the girl. But I mean, I don't know.
That's what he said. Why wouldn't you?
Because a lot of times the girl is told that you're not in a relationship with that person and that you're not together. So why get mad at the girl first? If anything, the guy is the one that really needs to be answering the questions. But I don't know, because, I mean, I haven't been through that very much. It happened to me with my ex-husband. But other than that, you know, I don't know, because I've never had to deal with it before. I don't know. But I just feel like I wouldn't care at this point, because I feel like I'm too old to just be, you know, scrapping over something like that and arguing. And it's like, if you want to be with that person, bye. You know, or even if you don't want to be with them, even if it's a one-night stand or whatever, you couldn't hold it in your pants, then why am I with you? That's the attitude I would have at this point in my life, I'm saying. As much as I've been through, you know, I don't have to put up with that, because I'm not going to do it.
So if you had a one-night stand, you just still stay with him?
I didn't say that. I said, no, I just said the opposite. I said if you wanted to be with that person, whether it was a one-night stand or you knew them very well, it doesn't matter. I feel like I'm too old to be, you know, trying to get explanations out of you. Then you just, obviously, if you want to be with them or not, just go, bye. Because I don't have to put up with it. I'm just, at this point in my life, I don't have to. I don't need explanations and answers. It's not going to change how that person feels, because they'll do it again. You know what I mean? So you can give me all the explanations in the world. It's not going to change your creeping mindset. You know? So I think I'm just too old to. When I was younger, maybe, you know, it's like, we're going to talk about it, fight about it, argue about it, make up, screw, whatever, and you're going to say you're not going to do it again. You know, my ex-husband did that several times.
How young is younger? How young is younger?
Well, I was talking about my ex-husband. I was very young. We were only 18 when I got married. So, and he did this a few times. That was the only time. That was the first time. Yeah, I was a child practically. I was still a teenager.
Okay.
So, no, it happened a few times, though. But that's my fault, because I kept letting it happen. You know, I stayed. He figured, hey, I got away with it. I'll do it again. You know? And he did. And he has the nerve.
So, Logic, what about you? What's your advice to confront someone that you found out cheated on you?
Well, I'm the type of person where I probably would deal with it like you deal with a kid when you're showing them how stupid something they did was. You know, like I would walk through, not the details, because I don't really care about that, but it would be like, okay, so you thought the best thing for you to do was blah, 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 because of blah, blah, blah. Like, even though it may not make a difference, I hope in a way that there would be a point that this chick would remember, like, oh, God, I really did that because of this. You know what I mean? If it's not, who cares? But I point out your stupidity, and then I'm out. Like, that's I guess, my closure. You know what I mean? Like, after that, I never need to see you again or whatever. But it's usually over the dumbest things. Honestly, it's, you know, well, you couldn't party as much as I would have hoped. Like that, if you really, if you think back of all the times that you've had relationships and
you didn't pay me enough attention.
Yeah, like people break up over the dumbest thing. So my thing is, I make it
the lights is going.
I'm going to shine a light on how dumb that was. Like, you really decided to do this because of that, because I'm out getting money? All right, well, good luck to you. You know, hope that guy at the bar or wherever, you know, dude working at the sunglasses stand, he has a bright future. So, yeah.
Well, me personally, because apparently now I'm being bugged to tell my story. Me personally, when I was younger, yes, I reacted very, 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 very crazy. Well, okay. There's 3 different things. Okay, so before I cared about a relationship, when I really didn't care, the one time I was cheated on, I didn't care. Like, I was like, okay, well, and his reasoning for cheating on me is because, like Logic said, it was, you know, I didn't care about anything. But I guess he liked me enough not to want to leave me. But I guess at the same time he wanted that emotional whatever. To me,
Hold on. Hi. You say you was in a relationship. You didn't care about the relationship? Being in a relationship?
Yeah, basically. I didn't care. But so I guess he wanted the emotional aspect, which to me that was a bitch move. You're a dude. What the frick do you care about emotional aspects? Whatever. So anyway, my friends cared about it more than I did, and they brought the girl, because we were somewhere, I can't remember, but they brought the girl to where I was to say, hey, this is the girl that he's cheating on. And I shook her hand, and I was like, well, you know, have at it, have fun, or whatever. And then the dude was like, this is what I'm talking about.
You shook her hand.
Yeah, what would I care? Have her. I don't care. So anyway, that was then. Then fast forward to the person. I didn't hug her. I don't hug people. Fast forward to the person, my ex-husband, which I was with him because I was trying to be a better person, because I realized not caring is kind of a dick move. So I'm with him, trying to show him a better life, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, et cetera, all the work I've put into him, all that stuff. And then he cheated on me, and he was so dumb that the way I found out was he group text me and this girl like a freaking idiot.
Oh, my God.
So I was at work. I was at work at that time. That was before I worked for myself. So I was at work, and I was like, I called him, and I was like, who is this? And, you know, he started with no. So I left work. I was like, no, I'll be back. They're like, you can't leave. I said, well, you going to fire me because I'll be back. So I left, and I drove to his job, and I got out of my car, and he was, like, in a booth or something. I think he was taking tickets or something. I can't remember. And I just remember I was about to put my fist through that glass. And he called me because he saw me come into the booth, and he called me, and he's like, I'll meet you at home. I'm going to pack up, and I'll meet you at home. That's the only thing that saved that drama at his job. So I was like, fine. So I went home, but if you know me, my anger builds. I need an outlet. My anger builds. So it was like the drive home. I called my friend, and I was screaming at her, and I got home, and he took just a little bit too long to get there, so I got all his stuff, and I ripped everything that I could find. I tore he had an autographed poster, an autographed poster from some famous person. I tore that. I'm really not, but there was no outlet. I'm really not. I have always prided myself for not being that person because that's crazy, but there was no outlet, and that's the only thing in that time that was logical to me. I tore everything of his up. You should have got home sooner. There's nothing I could say. And by the time he got there, I'd calmed down. So when I say calm down, I was still crazy, but I wasn't crazy like I'm going to kick your ass crazy. But he got home, he saw all of that stuff, and I had a knife hidden up in my sleeve because I just knew he was going to do something. Yes, I knew he was going to do something, and like y'all know, I like dudes taller than me and bigger than me and muscular. I'm not stupid also. I know I can't fight him. So I had a knife hidden in my sleeve. So my friend came with her husband, because she knows I'm crazy, and he saw all his stuff ripped up. Like, I mean, everything that had his name on it was ripped up because he took too long. And he starts hulking out and all this stuff, and I'm just standing there with a smile on my face. Now, this part is recounted by my friend because I don't remember it. she said I was just standing there calmly with a smile on my face. He's raging out. Why am I not scared or whatever? I'm just standing there. And he starts running towards me. And as he's running towards me, I guess, I started pushing the knife out because I was just going to jab him in the neck with it. And she happened to look at my sleeve, and she saw the knife, and then she stood between me and him. And because she stood between me and him, her husband jumped between her and him, and that's how I ended up not going to jail.
Oh, my God. You stay out of relationships. Damn.
Well, no,
Jeez.
now, if you cheat on me, now that I'm older, I won't say I'm more calm, but because I have a daughter, I'm less destructive. Now that I'm older, if you cheat on me, and if your shit is in my house, I'm probably just going to throw it outside.
But you still have knives in your
I'm going to throw it outside. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. You wanted to sleep with her, go to her, leave me alone. I don't want to hear I'm sorry. I don't want to hear crap. I don't want to hear how long we've been in a relationship together. I don't care. I don't care. If you step on my door, though, I might burn you alive. So that's your only warning.
Kai, I want to go back to this question. You said you were in a relationship, but you didn't care about being in a relationship. How did that happen?
No.
How did you what?
I didn't really care about much. I didn't really care about much.
So
I was in a relationship. Look, my relationships are I don't even think you could call them relationships. The first second you annoyed me, I'm done with you. And that was it.
So
like
why
maybe 2
get
weeks.
into a relationship? You didn't really want to be in a relationship.
Because why not?
Get into one?
Why not? And I'm saying back then. I'm not saying now. Back then it was why not. You want to talk to me, and if I need something from you, then that's what you're there for, and that was it.
Damn.
If you ever told me no, then let's break up. I'm done with this relationship. I don't care. There were so many other people to replace you, it wasn't even funny. So if you didn't want to go to McDonald's for me at 3 o'clock in the morning because you had to work at 5, then, don't call me again, and I'll find somebody else.
What?
True story. That's happened before, and I don't care. Well, I didn't care. That was back then. Okay. I'm not like that now. But that's why. Because why not? That was the question. Because why not?
You're looking at it through a grown person's eyes. You got to remember she was in her early 20s at this point. So when you're young and brash, that kind of stuff sounds normal and this is what I'm going to do. But when you're young,
so I got a young path too in that case.
You'll never do it.
And also, I do want to point out, none of my relationships included sex. So.
What?
You're mentioning this 3 months before the show.
Who's the guys you dating? What? Are you giving them go to McDonald's 3 in the morning? No. What? Come on. Who are you dating?
Well, that's
where these guys come from? Where was they coming from?
So you weren't giving it up, so you got from someone else. That's why you had to confront.
How is that my problem? But again, how is that my problem?
Think about it. Is that really shocking, though? I mean, Kanye was friends with Kim for years. She never gave him the time of day until she got dumped 3 times in a row. You know what I mean? And that was a grown man with millions of dollars. Wow. So it's really hard to believe that there'd be a bunch of dudes jumping through hoops for the prospect to get some coochie one day. That happens all the time.
And I was about to say, before we wrap up this show, let me ask a question. So you said, I wasn't giving it up, blah, blah. How do you know if you weren't patient with me, and got to the root of the problem, whatever. If you really wanted to be with me, you got to the root of the problem of why I'm acting like this. And how do you know you weren't patient with me? I might have fallen madly in love with you and then given you some. But, you're just doing stupid stuff like running and doing whatever I say. If you're just running around doing whatever I say, then, that's what I'm going to do. So I don't think it's my fault.
Because they say no, you're double. Damn.
Yeah, but if you took the time out to say, hey, is this reasonable, da-da-da-da-da, whatever, it takes time to get over that hump or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have talked to you anymore. I don't know. I don't know.
See,
but anyways, next week.
There you go.
Anyway, next week we're actually going to be talking about the question: would you date a mama's boy or a daddy's girl? And we'll talk about stories, horror stories, by the way, of being with a mama's boy or being with a daddy's girl. And I want to know if you would date somebody like that. Also, don't forget to check out our sponsor, Wicked Temptations, so you can be like Logic and cook in your underwear for him, you know? Yeah, so go to Wicked Temptations on our website, www.noconduct.com. Thank you, everyone, for sending in your questions and joining us tonight. And, Char, I'm really happy your internet is back, so your relationship won't go up in flames. Peace out, everyone.
Well, I'm going to go watch YouTube. I'm going to go watch YouTube after work. I'm making a beeline to see who's on there. Tell me how to live my life.
A sandwich.
Tell me how to live my life.
Fix your dude a sandwich. Yes. Fix him some favorite meal that he can't turn down.
Okay.
Give him a sandwich.
I think I will. I won't get sex, though. That's not happening. He's too angry.
No, you ain't getting
starving.
Oh, good.
All right,
God.
guys.
Angry sex is the best sex, though. Good night.
Okay, guys.